morning, boys and girls. Today I am here to teach you the looping statement. Other day we had seen while statement. There are three looping statements are there in Java: while, do while, and for statement. Today I will be teaching you the for statement. Whenever there is a looping, it is implied that there are three concepts are there. You must initialize it, you must increase it, and you must check it. All the three statements clubbed together, we have one form which is most powerful. Among the loop statements, for statement is more powerful compared to do and do while statement. While statement and do while statement, compared to these two, for statement is really powerful one. It should have three fragments, it will have three parts. What is the initial value, what would be the terminal value, and what would be the increasing or decreasing value. Okay, if you want to increase, you can increase it. If you want to decrease, you can decrease it. So three fragments got to be there in a for loop. This I am going to teach you. Before I could attempt this for statement, I would like to do recapitulating the previous class work. Two programs just we shall try. One or two programs we will try. Okay, we shall revive what has been done, recapitulate what has been done, and we will do, I will introduce the first statement. With the help of the first statement, we will do one problem. Is this clear, boys and girls? What I want to tell you is this. Before I could teach, what is a iteration or looping statement? A set of statements will be executed for finite number of times. What do you mean by finite number of times? If you want to execute 100 times, you can execute it. If you want 200 times, you can do it. If you want 1000 times, you can do it. If you want, you can do n times, where n needs to be defined. Right? You can't do this if looping is wrong. If looping is wrong, same job will be doing over and again. Your execution will never ever come to an end. The control will not come out of the execution. You may use the word called as hanging. No, it's not hanging because logically it was incorrect. So, a looping statement, an iteration statement should have an initialization, there should be a checking, there should be increment or decrement. Three statements combined together is known as an iteration or looping statement. Let me introduce this general format of a for statement. How does the for statement looks alike? For is the keyword, right? The variable which I am going to use, I am going to use a variable called as I, right? And I begin the I value as 5. I is less than or equal to Please note, boys and girls, what do I do? For is a keyword. For is a keyword. Soon after the for statement, if you have a pair of braces, the whole compound statement, we call a set of statements enclosed within braces, is known as a block or a compound statement we say. In this case, when I value is 5, it will do once. I is equal to I plus 5 means, please note, I is increased by 5. So 5 plus 5 becomes 10. Is 10 is less than 100? Yes. When I value is 5, it will execute. Imagine there are 5 statements, 10 statements are there. How many statements are there? Within the loop, 10 statements. When I value is 5, it will execute this set of statements. Then it increases. I is equal to I plus 5 means I becomes what? 5 plus 5 would be 10. Is 10 is less than 100? Yes. Again this set of statement will be executed. Again it goes here. I value would be 10 plus 5 would be 15. Is 15 is less than 100? Yes. again the whole block gets executed. 5, 10, 15, 20. For multiples of 5, so set of statements gets executed. Please note, there are 3 fragments are there. This is called as an initial value. This is called as a final value. Every time it executes, it increases in this instance. How much it increases? It increases by 5. If I give a block, in this block, imagine I have these many set of statements. When I value is 5, it will be executing these many statements. When I value is 10, it will be executing 15, 20. So it will be executing over and again unless and until it reaches I value is 100. If it is over 100, the control comes out of the block. Then only you come out of the for statements or for loop statement. Is this clear? This is what the syntax or general format of your for statement. I repeat again. I declare, see, for is the keyword, right? You must have a open and close parenthesis. There should not be a semicolon. I am warning you, boys and girls. Most of the students, they have every statement at the fag end they put a semicolon. There should not be a semicolon. If you put a semicolon, this statement will execute only once. So incorrect punctuation. So that should not be done. So I value would be 5. Right? Is 5 less than 100? It gets executed, yes. Then once if it reaches here, the control gets pushed up. I value is increased yet again by 5. I value gets increased by 5. 5 plus 5 would be 10. Is 10 is less than 100? Yes, it will execute. Then it will execute 15. 15 is less than 100? Yes. 5, 10, 15. Followed by 20, 25, 30. It goes up to 95. 100. 100 plus 5 will be 105. Is 105 is less than 100? No. It comes out of this loop. Is this clear? So for statement should have 3 fragments. The first fragment is initializing the value, where you must declare I is an integer. Otherwise you have to tell before I is an integer. This is the final value. Every time it increases. Is this clear, boys and girls? We will be doing a program. Before I could make use of this first statement, right, I wanted to do 2 simple programs where a program will calculate volume of a cube, volume of a cuboid, and volume of a sphere. 3 volume I am going to calculate: volume of a cube, volume of a cuboid, and volume of a sphere. These 3 I am going to calculate in one program. For cube, what you must require? In a cube, all the sides are same. You must give the value of s. What is the volume of a cuboid is? S into s into s, which is s to the power of 3, s cube. Right? What is the volume of a cuboid is? Cuboid means cube is different from cuboid. Cube means all the sides will be same. Cuboid means you will have a length, different length, you will have different breadth, and you will have different length, breadth and height. So to find the volume of a cuboid, you require length, breadth and height. I suppose you will be able to figure out what is cube and what is cuboid. Right? You must be playing with your cubics, right? Do you play? All the sides would be the same. So the volume of a cube is s to the power of 3, s into s into s, right? What is cuboid is? Cuboid is like a different length. All the sides will not be same. Length will be different from breadth, breadth will be different from height. That's called as cuboid. C-U-B-O-I-D, cuboid, right? And you know sphere. Sphere, you know, like shot put, not the ball. Ball is also spherical in shape. Shot put is also spherical in shape, right? So that's a voluminous one. Okay, and the ball inside is all right. What I want to tell you is, if I want to find the volume, then let's find out area of a triangle. Area of a triangle. These three will do two simple programs, and I'll do one program with the help of a for statement. For statement, okay, that is the main intention of teaching you this. It's very, very useful and frequently used statement is this. Okay, kindly take down, boys and girls. Kindly take down. Write a program in Java to compute volume of a cube, cuboid and sphere. Right? What are we intend to do is to compute volume of cube, cuboid and sphere. I repeat again, I will tell you the formula. For cube, what you must do is, volume of cube is S cube. Then cuboid, length into breadth into height. For sphere, 4 by 3 pi r cube. Right? These three we are going to do. What is the first program is? To compute volume, V-O-L-U-M-E, volume of cube, cuboid and sphere. Should I do it? Yeah. What do I do it? To calculate cube, I must require the value of S. To calculate cuboid's volume, I require three values, length, breadth and height. To calculate the volume of a sphere, I require the radius of your sphere. So let us straight away I want to divide this program into tiny ones. Write as many methods as possible. I am going to write the first method as cube, second method is cuboid, third method is sphere, and main method. 4 methods I am going to do it. Please have a look. To calculate the cube volume, what you require is S value you require. Please note, this is the first function which is calculate cube, volume of a cube. Second function will calculate volume of a cuboid. Third function will calculate volume of a sphere. And main method, I am creating an object. I wanted to introduce the concept of object creation. With the help of object, I want you to navigate from main method to cube, main method to cuboid, main method to sphere. Right? I'll let you know what it is. Here, instead of using integer, what I do is, I will write double value. What is the class name is? Volume. How will you create an object? Class name followed by the object name, whichever of your like. I want to give obj. This is the constructor. The left extreme and right extreme is the class name. New operator will create an object called as obj. With the help of obj, what do I do is, I go to a method called as sphere. It's a double. Double means 17.5. Obj, let's say cube, which is an integer. Let's say three parameters are there. I must give three values. All the three of them are integer. Let's say 5, 7, 9. Please note, boys and girls, what am I doing? I am computing volume of a cube, cuboid and sphere. In this class called as volume, I have four methods. What is the first method name is? Cube. What is the second method name is? Cuboid. What is the third method name is? Sphere. And what is the fourth method name is? Main. No matter main method is there in the mid or top or at the bottom, first it will look for the main method. Main method gets executed first, though it is at the rock bottom. It gets here. What do? I create an object called as obj. With the help of the class name, any name you can give, this is a user defined name. New operator is the one which creates an object called as obj. Right? With the help of the object, from main method, I go to sphere. When I go there, I send 17.5 value. 17.5 gets stored in R, means the radius of your sphere is 17.5. So 4 by 3 pi r square into 17.5 into 17.5 into 17.5. This value gets substituted, simplified, whose answer will be available in VOL, shortest form of volume. Right? Then what do you do? Volume of a sphere is this value will be displayed. This method got over, it will fall back here. You have gone from here, once it will go over, then it will come here. Obj dot cube. When you go there, please note, the first value was double. Here is also one parameter, here is also one parameter. If I write integer, okay, but I wanted to change this one as a double, no problem. Now when I say cube value, what is the cube value will be? How many parameters are there? One parameter. So 16 gets substituted into S. 16 into 16 into 16. 16 are 256. 256 into 16 is 4096 gets stored in volume, and that volume will be printed. Once volume of a cube is over, it will fall back here. Again it goes to cuboid, where the cuboid is here. When it goes, 3 value gets 5 will be stored in L, 7 will be stored in B, and 9 gets stored in H. One step into there, 5 into 7 into 9, it gets multiplied, whose answer will be stored here, and you put in the volume of a cuboid. What did I do in this program? I created 4 methods. From the main method, I create an object. With the help of the object, I start navigating to sphere, cube and cuboid. Right? Is this clear? And one more class we will do, which will find the area of a triangle. Kindly copy down this. Stop this video, pause this video, copy down this program in your notebook and start practicing. I suppose every program you are doing like this. I wish and hope you copy down every program which has been done on the blackboard in your notebook and start practicing. Okay, and you also key in the same. You type the same thing in your desktop or laptop, execute the program and see to that the answer is, whatever may be the answer, you copy down in your notebook. Is this clear? It's a very healthy way of programming. Now one more program, let me do it. What program am I going to do it? I am going to compute what I am going to do it? I am going to compute area of a triangle. Should I? Boys and girls, there is a second program which will calculate area of a triangle. Before I could go to the for loop, there is a last program, right? See what happens is, in the previous program you have written the main method at the bottom. Deliberately I am writing the main method at the top. No matter the main method is there in the top of the program or in the bottom of the program or in the middle of the program, immaterial. If there is a main method, priority would be for the main method. First main method will be executed. In this main method, what do you do it? You have a class called as triangle. It creates an object called as OB. Okay, with the help of a new operator, this is called as a constructor. You create an object called as OB. With the help of this OB, from main method, you go to a method called as area. When you go there, you take 3 values. The first parameter will be substituted in A, similarly 3 will be substituted in B, and 4 will be substituted in C. 5, 3 and 4 gets added up and divided by 2, that will be your S. That S will be substituted here, it will simplify, it will compute the area of a triangle which gets stored in AR. And whatever is given double quotation will come as it is. Area of a triangle is AR. What the AR is, will get displayed. Is this clear? Once it gets executed, again it goes back. Look at here. The first set of values 5, 3 and 4. Again the same method gets executed with different sets of value. A value would be 13, B value would be 14 and C value would be 20. So 13 plus 14 plus 20 gets added up and divided by 2. This is called as semi-perimeter. Perimeter divided by 2 will be semi-half. Whose value will be substituted? It will simplifies. Answer will be stored in AR and display the AR here. So we are done. Now, boys and girls, I am going to make use of a most powerful looping statement is known as for statement, right? Which I am going to explain right away. Should I? Okay. As I told you, for statement should have 3 fragments. First fragment is initial value, second fragment is checking, and third one is incremental. If required, you can decrease also. Right? Now, I am going to teach you the syntax or general format of a for statement. Okay? Have a look. Boys and girls, today I am going to teach you the general format of a for statement, and let us make use of the for statement in our one of the programming. Right here, what does it do? For integer, if you see, some of them, most of the programmers have the habit of using all the time the variable as I. Please do not take it granted that all the time we have to use a variable called as I. No. If required, I can use a variable called as X. Please note, you have a variable called as X. This is the initial value. X value starts from 1. Is 1 is less than 20? Yes, it comes down. After the first statement, if we have a scope, we call it as some author they call it as a scope, some they say compound statement, some they say block. Matter is same. This whole scope, the whole compound statement, whole block gets executed how many times? In this case 20 times. When I value is 1, it will execute all the 3 statements. Then, for God and country, SXX for Kyon Sikkim will come. Then, it goes here, I plus plus means I is increased by 1. It was 1, now it will be increased by 1, it becomes 2. Is 2 is less than 20? Yes. For God and country, SXX for Kyon Sikkim gets displayed for the second time. Again it goes here. I plus plus means what? It becomes 3. 2 plus 1 will be 3. Is 3 is less than 20? Yes. For God and country, SXX for Kyon Sikkim. Third time. Then fourth time, fifth time, sixth time. Up to I value is 20 or less than 20, it will be keep displaying. Right? Imagine if I take away this block, what would be your behavior? If I give a pair of braces, the whole block gets executed. If nothing is there, after the first statement, only one statement will be executed 20 times. For God and country will be displayed 20 times. 21st time, SXX, 22nd line, Kyon Sikkim will come. If you have a pair of braces, the whole block will be executed 20 times in this example. Right? If pair of braces isn't there, then what happens is, soon after the first statement, next immediate statement will be executed how many times? 20 times. Right? So 20 times for God and country, for God and country, for God and country, 20 lines it will come. 21st line, SXX. 22nd line will be Kyon Sikkim will come. Is this clear? What you need to know is the syntax. After the first statement, if you have the block, the whole block executed for this many number of times. If block isn't there, soon after the first statement, that statement alone executes. 3 fragments. This is the first fragment. First fragment is separated by semicolon. This is the initial value. Second fragment is checking. And third fragment is incremental or decremental. In this case, x plus plus means x is increased by 1. Okay. Now what I want to tell you is this. I'm sure most of you, not most of you, you have done a chapter called as Quadratic Equation, right? To find the values of x, two values you get, right? Your teacher must have told two values, that is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a, right? I'm not going to use that formula. Instead, I am going to give a quadratic equation where the x value varies. X value varies. For example, here is a 3x square minus 8x plus 4. Please say, is it a quadratic equation? X square, x and constant term we have is a degree 2, degree 1 and a constant term is a quadratic equation. I wanted to give the value of x as 4. So 4 square will be how much? 16. 16 3s are 48. 48 minus 4. X are 32 plus 4. And x value is 4. What would be the answer of this function? When x value is 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 20. You understand what is it? Here is a quadratic equation 3x square minus 8x plus 4. I want you to substitute x value as 4. When it is 4, what is the answer for it? When it is 5, what is the answer for it? When it is 6, what is the answer for this function? 7, 8 up to 20. Right? In this case, what I do is, I am going to make use of a first statement. Should I? So, take down the question please. Write a program to evaluate the following quadratic equation. 3x square minus 8x plus 4. Where x is equal to 4, 5, 6 up to 20. Right? With this we shall wind up the class. I am going to write the program for this. What am I going to do it? We are learning the demo, shortest form of demonstration of a for loop. Or you can simply write quadratic equation, simplifying the quadratic equation. Right? For the class name is Please note, I wanted the value of x starting from where? I am using a value, variable. I tell my computer that I am going to use a variable called as result, where I will be storing the result of this quadratic equation when x value is 4, x value is 5, 6 up to 20. That is the reason. Now here I begin for I is equal to 4, I is less than or equal to 20, I plus plus. You need to understand this one, boys and girls. Why did I begin with 4? Because x value you must give as a 4. So 4 square, this is not our job, this computer will do internally. 4 square will be 16, 16 3s are 48, 48 minus 4 8s are 32, 48 minus 32, right? 12, 12 plus 4 will be 16. That would be the answer of result. Right? Then x value will be 5, 6, 7. Every time it increases by, this is the first part. This is the initial value, x value is 4. This is the final value. you will be going up to 20. Every time you increase it by 1. When x value is 4, it will do. When I say I plus plus means x value was what? Instead of I, we can use x here. That will be most appropriate. X value is equal to 4. X value is less than 20. And x, every time it increases by 1. Why do I use this block? I need to calculate, I need to print. Two statements are there, that's the reason I am using this. A pair of braces. What do I do it? What is the variable? Result. RSLT is equal to, what is the quadratic equation? 3 into x into x. This x value gets substituted to plus, not plus, minus 8x. Minus 8x plus 4 plus please note, this is a slightly tricky one. I am going to explain to you. What does it do? Let's see that. This will be your monitor. I am going to dry run the program. Dry run the program means what? Without the help of the computer system, I am going to run the program and get the output. What you do is, x value is 4. 4 into 4 into 3 minus 8 into 4. The multiplication is missing. Asterisk. Plus 4. Computer substitute the value of x as 4. 4 into 4 minus 8 into 4 plus 4. It simplifies its answer. X. What the x value will be? 4. Then afterwards what will it display? It will display equal symbol. Backslash T means tab. Tab means when you press the tab key, it jumps by default 5 characters. If the cursor is there in the first column, it goes to 6. 1, 6, 11, 16, 21, 26, 31 like this. After the x value is right now 4. Equal symbol will come. Then tab means 5 spaces will be left here. Whatever may be the result will be displayed. Afterwards, x plus plus. X is increased by 1. 4 plus 1 becomes 5. 5 into 5 into 3 minus 8 into 5 plus 4. Computer simplifies whose answer will be stored here. Then, what does the x value is? 5. Afterwards, what will print? Equal symbol. Whatever will the computer has calculated the result, that will show. Similarly, 6 equal to 7 equal to the answer. It's up to 20 will come. After 20 it becomes 21. Is 21 is less than 20? No. It comes out of this loop, then the program comes to an end. So this is what the for loop do. For loop, what does it do? If we have a block, this block in this case gets executed for 16 times, starting from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 20. Is this clear? Please look at your textbook, solve all the problem based on the for loop. Take care, boys and girls. Bye-bye.